Well, Pyoshik is actually here. I can confirm that. I did see him backstage, so there might be some substitutions if things go wrong. But things haven't gone wrong yet because nothing has happened. We are into the draft, though, and let's see whether some crises begin here, as the Varus is always going to be banned. We've got the Rumble, we've got the Karma, we've got the Orianna, and then we'll have fun from there.
Ooh, they're not even playing the game with Orianna where they're like, ooh, let's see if they ban Nocturne and see what happens. They're just doing it right away.
And guess what? They're still going to ban Noct.
Yeah. We see the Rumble come through here as well.
And so first pick is for Dplus Kia. They get first pick and blue side. Feels like both of their favorite things coming in the same day. So that means that they don't necessarily have to ban Karma if they would like to take that one away for Korea.
I think that is going to be a consideration for the DN SOOPers. They'll ban DDoiV's Vi, which has been one of his better picks, but it's just a strong pick in general right now, and it empowers Clozer's Ahri, which is one of his best picks. So DDoiV's like, I'm showing up. I'm going to see what happens. And they're like, we're targeting you.
Yeah. You're not allowed to play the good champions.
Yeah, so let's see. Is it just a Jarvan or is it an Ashe angle?
You could just go for an Ashe. Ashe for Smash. Feels like it rhymes at least.
Well, if they don't go for it, it might be an Ashe for Enosh.
Ooh, Enosh. Well, that
was a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, that might happen. But instead, it's going to be Lucian. Lucian Milio into the Jarvan. Obviously, Lucian can dash out of the Cataclysm. You're feeling a little bit better about that one. But now, Ashe Seraphine is just there if Dplus would like it.
There are a lot of lanes you can play where you're not necessarily going to be tested completely in your AD carry ability in the laning phase. You know, if you play a Lulu lane, for example, or if you're in a Karma lane, or even the Ashe Seraphine, it's kind of like, well, this kind of plays itself. You're in the Lucian lane on your debut game, you're going to show what you're made of right away. That's one of the tougher ones. There's going to be a Caitlyn Bard response here, it looks like, for Dplus Kia, since the Bard was not bad because of the commitment there to both jungle bans. In fact, they'll swap it to the Lux, which we did see from Career just yesterday.
And this was actually one of the tools that they utilized to beat Home Life eSports. And they looked real good when they were playing it. Korea really having a standout performance as Clozer, feeling like maybe it's his turn to choose a champion instead of locking in DuDu's jungler here. Does mean that Zhao will then go away. You won't get that sort of top tier. And instead, they are going to go towards that Zhao, so never you mind. Let's see which solo lanes are going to get banned.
I think ban the Annie as DNS. You just do not want to deal with that against this draft. Such easy follow-up, such easy setup. Great into the Lucian. Just trying to, put their pressure on. They're looking to maybe get a Rise pick for Clozer now, though, it looks like. So maybe changing the vibe completely or something else entirely. Maybe trying to bait a Rise ban?
They could easily just ban away the Rise. I wonder what else they're worried about for Clozer, though. I imagine ShowMaker just wants to play Annie because he generally always just
that's kind of what I was thinking. That's the one I felt like was a must ban here for the Soopers. Just so good into this comp. Obviously, Milio can get rid of the CC, but you only get to do that once, and there's just so many other threats here.
I do think a Cassiopeia ban could be a decent one as well. Miasma is something that Milio will find difficult to cleanse, and there's a few dashes that want to be utilized on this squad already. But the Akali going to be taken away instead. It will be the DN SOOPers with their first opportunity, so they can decide to go for something like that Rise, like you were talking about. Does keep them a very mid-range composition up into a Caitlyn, which is somewhat dangerous, especially when paired with the Lux, but could certainly have a lot of firepower.
We'll learn a little bit more about what ShowMaker and Siwoo have planned here with this next set, or rather this next ban. Twisted Fate, hovered by Clozer, right? They take that away from him. It's really strong with the Lucian. And the Narban makes it seem like maybe she was just going to play a tank here on the top side, but we can't know that for sure. We'll see what they decide to blind.
The Viktor pick away. I don't know about this one, personally. I feel like ShowMaker has been the only one that's really made this pick look good, and picking it away from him is not a way to make yourself look good. ShowMaker might be able to punish this, see what he decides to play into it.
It's not the freest Annie angle. It might just be a Rise pick here, and then Siwoo plays one of his trademark side lane champs.
I mean, I think the Cassiopeia value is pretty high.
It is good, and ShowMaker has really showcased that he is very in form on this pick right now. The win rate is very low, as you guys could see here for Cassiopeia. It's just not been working out that much.
Do it. Don't be scared. Blind Alawi. Let's go, Siwoo.
I said yesterday I'd love to see him play Camille. I think he's just teasing us, though, and might just play a frontline champion for this two-threat comp.
Yeah, watch him just hover all these fun things, and then lock in Sion.
That's exactly
Oh,
what's gonna
no!
do.
Oh, I
We
didn't
kinda
want to be
knew.
right.
We kind of knew.
Oh, you hovered so many fun things, though, Wolf.
Earlier, Kingen could have played the Gwen, right? We were calling for it.
Yep.
But it's going to be DuDu who does it instead.
All right. So the Gwen for the top side of the map will be able to give them a lot of magic damage. I actually feel like there is a big old premium on the magic resist in this game, but it's the double circles as well to come on through from the DN Soopers. Does mean that a lot of this longer range that Dplus are showing does have a little bit more of a struggle to land towards the Gwen and the Zhao, which might help them out. But I don't know whether that is necessarily going to be the be-all and end-all, because Cassiopeia is relatively short range and very high DPS.
I'm going to level with you, Atlus.
Level
I think
with
the
me.
draft looks great for the Soopers. I think that Dplus also got a lot of comfort here, and it's an insane Caitlyn draft. If I had to give an edge to one of these teams, it'd be the Soopers. I think they have both early pressure and strong late-game win conditions with the Viktor scaling and the side laning Gwen. I'm going to be honest again.
Okay.
I don't think draft matters that much. We're going to have to see the form. We're going to have to see these new players, or returning in the case of DDoiV, change the narrative, change the view we have on this team right now, because I feel like you could have almost just not banned anything, and I would have still been like, yeah, I don't know if they can make a draft to beat Dplus in their current form unless we see something change. What happens here for the Soopers right now is what we're all waiting to see. What is this new set of players going to look like tonight?
Thank you, DDoiV. Thank you, Enosh, for making this one interesting. Let's get into the rift for game one. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the rift for the first game of the series. Huge round of applause as that ward does get taken down. A little bit sad there for Siwoo to lose that ward immediately. Does mean that there is a gigantic infinite CS advantage here for the DN Soopers, as Dplus will be able to match it. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Evened out. It is all fine. Everything's right on the rift one more time. As waves are going to crash, and now we get to see exactly where these lanes are going to end up. I don't think that the Gwen is going to win all that much early on into the Sion, but will definitely win the late game. ShowMaker as well has shown that laning on the Cassiopeia is something that he really does enjoy. So that's also another lane that we need to keep our eye on, as it could be difficult for Clozer, who's running a slightly less powerful version of the Deathfire touch that ShowMaker has really been abusing on this.
I do think that ShowMaker likes both sides of this matchup really well, so that is also another thing that's good. He's got going for him. He is really good at the Viktor at this moment in time, as you pointed out in draft. This lane is not going the way that Enosh wants it to, as they are going to lose level 2, and the heal being down only for life means they just cannot really challenge at all.
Yeah.
And Caitlyn does really well in a lot of lane matchups. This is one where if you could find some trades, you could make something happen. But in fact, Lucid's going to come down here early. Another binding hit.
Yeah, binding going to connect there as the trap also lands. Life down to 300 to start this one off. They do have information that Lucid is here, and you've got DDoiV moving on over. We're going to go for a counter DDoiV, as it were. I've missed the DDoiV puns. I'm not going to lie.
I missed it too.
As Lucid should be able to grab this one, does steal away the enemy Grump. They still have the information. They still know what's going on. The wind still becomes lightning, but Lucid's still here. And the DN Soopers going to have to try and dissuade him there, as a nice little trap does go down. Enosh is forced to take that extra damage.
And this is just going to be extra pressure applied here for the Caitlyn. Good early pathing from Lucid gets him over here to apply more pressure. And that extra damage that Enosh took earlier is really going to hurt their chances of looking for anything back with Xin coming over.
Already getting one play. That was a weird flash from Career as they're looking to try and turn it on to Smash. The barrier is fantastic. Smash flashing, but not able to actually get in range. And now it's Smash that's losing his health. Life is able to pick it up. The light binding, the passive is enough. And both supports pick up kills, but it's Enosh that's still alive and able to farm.
Junglers over here were like, guys, I said wait for me.
Yeah, well, what are you weirdos doing?
I guess we're just gonna fight over this buff for a second. Well, Career, I guess the end result was he still was able to connect the binding, and he did a decent amount of damage in that exchange. The CS deficit is still there for Enosh, who ended up, you know, catching a lot of that wave and, like you mentioned, survived at the end of all of this.
I want to see why the flash happened, because it looked very strange. Yeah, it just didn't quite work. Did hit the binding, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's like maybe he didn't have it for a second, and he maybe mistimed the flash. I don't know. Life gets the kill here, so again, Milio getting money, but it's probably better for Career, who is actually on a champion that utilizes that AP really well. Look at the difference in items they have.
Yeah,
Oblivion Orb.
Oblivion Orb's actually a big spike in this lane.
It's crazy. So, I mean, the difference here, especially into the Milio matchup specifically, is quite large. So I do think this is a win for Dplus as they still maintain that CS advantage, plus the plate they picked up earlier as well. Yep,
they've also got the Cull on its way, so Smash is just doing a bit of investing here to start us off. As ShowMaker, just going to have a little bit of a death by a touch demonstration here. Yes, it's annoying. And Clozer ticking down over time. There's a bit of a range advantage, though, as Enosh in a lot of trouble. Oh, God, the Peacemaker! Yeah, he's going to have to make some peace with that. And Smash, yeah, we were saying that it was probably a good thing for Dplus. Yes. Well, yes.
I did say, right before we got in the game, your debut of the LCK, you're playing Lucian, and you're playing it, unfortunately, into the Caitlyn Lux. You're going to be tested. And I think Enosh, unfortunately, did not pass the test in this specific moment, miscalculated in a big way, and kind of face planted in that moment. And this lane is a disaster.
Yeah, it's kind of finished at this stage as Dplus.
Look at the health advantage when he decides to go in for this. It's just a complete miscalculation. I mean, I think he's maybe even feeling some nerves here in this game, as that just didn't really make sense.
Wasn't exactly the way you wanted to play it. They did have the minion wave advantage, I guess, so they wanted to use their army of minions to make something happen, but oh no. It's not quite working out. Now Smash is not even going to miss out on this cannon, which is set up perfectly for him to come on over and take down. And he's got a serrated Dirk as well, so these Peacemakers really going to be hurting. Going to be heading towards that Collector. First up, 2-item spike with Collector Infinity Edge is very strong on the Caitlyn, and will allow him to make more money, get towards more items, and make better things happen.
It's just,
if you're snowballing, Collector also just feels amazing.
Exactly what I was going to say. Took the words out of my mouth. I mean, he's got the Cull too, so he's going to have some extra income later on. And snowballing, he really, really is. As Lucid is coming down as well. No flash for Enosh.
Oh dear. Light Binding is going to connect very comfortably, and there is Lucid taking his share of the spoils.
I mean, they could almost just do it again and look for the Lucian with no flash, but...
Yeah, Lucid's like, I don't even really feel like I want to farm my jungle anymore. I'm just going to park in the bottom lane.
You're going to go for the Dragon instead. It's more guaranteed. Enosh does have his barrier available, and we'll have another Relentless Pursuit to try to outplay, but obviously Life doesn't have one of those, which is why the target selection was correct to go on to the support there. And down goes the Milio for the second time this game.
I feel like Siwoo has been having a really good time in this lane.
He is enjoying it.
Oh, that's sidestep as well. Needlework comes down. DuDu trying to stand his ground, make this one happen. The flash is going to be answered here by DuDu. And so both of them now without their ultis, without their flashes. And Siwoo, I feel, just kind of came out ahead.
Yeah, I think he's pretty happy with how that went. DuDu was not in turret range there when the flash came through. Fairly close to it, but it was not really a kill angle there for Siwoo, even though he played it really well. Still ends up getting the extra advantage, and he's low on mana, but he doesn't have his passive, and Lucid's here.
Yeah, Lucid has flash as well. There's the Roar of the Slayer to get that slowdown, and DuDu is definitely dead. Can he actually trade it back? The answer's no, as Lucid picks up his second. Now Enosh and Life fighting one more time. Decent fire kick does come on through as Smash finds the Peacemaker onto Life, but not onto the low health Lucian, but he's evicted from the lane again.
He had barrier, and he thought he had enough damage there. He couldn't use his ultimate. It's not in a position to actually pull that one off. But goes for another aggressive trade here near the turret, and it does not work out. He is 31 CS behind right now, and I think that number is going to rise. As we have this exchange here where DuDu, fortunately...
I think he might have thought that he'd be able to get out of Q range by just dashing through the Sion, and unfortunately... he shorted it.
Well, also, if there was no jungler here and he has vision of the river, he would have been fine as well to at least trade a kill there. But the knockup comes through from Lucid. I mean, Lucid he's everywhere right now. And the bottom lane is going well. Mid also pretty good here for ShowMaker's already got his glutes online.
Hey, there you go. All right, Glutinous Greaves coming on through for the Snake Lady, who used to not actually buy boots at all. And now, the glutinous version. which is a bit fun.
She's getting greedy already.
Oh, yeah.
No boots in the boots. She's going for the greedy version right away.
Definitely not on a keto diet. Let's just say that. Gluten all the way. Need as much of that as possible. Yeah, just rice all over the place. Okay, Korea will be able to land a light binding here. It's just going to be a bit annoying, but Clozer is not going to die or anything like that. And Lucid just seems to own Enosh's jungle as well. It doesn't seem very fair, but I guess he is the prince, and Zhao is not. Fire kick comes down, not going to bother anyone, and Lucid just gets that smite off. Is this turret just going to die? Is that what's going to happen here? There's only one plate remaining.
I mean, it's going to die soon, not on this wave. As Enosh does have health this time. Oh, no, I was just kidding.
Well, final spark is going to come down. The culling is not really doing too much.
I mean, I really legit, when he was even in the trade rumors, right, that were being discussed, I was like, no, he's actually better than people think. I really want to give him super credit, but he's having a bit of a rough one here, but it's not entirely his fault, as we do have a 3v3 now.
Yeah, he's going to dash in, looking for Smash here. The 90 caliber net not going to connect, as Lucid playing this one pretty patiently. Looks like no one's going to face check him for now. Oh, dear. Okay, I'm a little bit worried for what could happen as DDoiV. Let's find the wind becomes lightning. There is the ace in the hole blocked by the Zhao.
And we may go again. Another wave is stacking. Lucid has flash and ult, and Enosh does not have much of a health bar.
Yeah, and also Lucid able to clear out vision as well. So DNS now not sure where this Jarvan is.
Crescent guard could be a problem for the dive, so let's see if they commit.
It's really rough, though, because DDoiV is also soaking their experience, so the advantage is going to still be there. The flash out from Smash, though, the light binding doesn't connect onto Enosh. He needs one more auto, and there is the kill. Lucid comes in. The barrier is going to be employed. Wasn't even necessary as he gets himself out with a flash, and the final spark does not connect.
And finally, he gets it done. Finally, he has his moment. And Smash's barrier, by the way.
You cast a blessing to that one into effect as well. I love it.
I'm just doing it all day here. Smash's barrier was like 1 second away when he died. I don't know if it would have actually changed the tide there, since Enosh had his barrier as well, and they were in a really nice, convincing, controlled position there. Whereas Smash has no mana.
Fire kick.
Fire kick also amazing. And then Smash's barrier, look at it on the bottom of your screen. It's like, up now that he's in the death chamber. Again, probably wouldn't have changed the outcome, but super close to having it. I think that's maybe why he was playing like that.
Well, it's pretty impressive stuff here from DNS to make their way back in. The problem is it hasn't really affected the gold numbers all that much. You can see it's still close to a 40 CS advantage.
Look at you with your truth out here. Come on, let's give them some credit.
I mean, yeah.
And like they put a dip in the gold. It's only 1.3K.
Oh, barrier was exactly 1 second away.
Yeah.
When he died.
Yeah,
Very
1 second.
I thought that you were just estimating.
Yo, you know when they say like he's literally 1 HP, but it's like actually it was like 37 HP?
Yeah, which is the opposite of literally anything.
I mean, I just saw it tick over when he died, so I knew it was 1 second.
Well.
Because I know the length of a second somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you learned that as a parent. Because
she said
what did she say?
She said it's exactly 1 Mississippi. That's true.
Ah, there we go.
Americans know.
We used to say that as well. I had no idea what a Mississippi was.
Oh, they do that outside of America? That's wild.
Yeah, that's American media for you. Okay, there's the final spot. Peacemaker life so close to dead. And of course, Lucid is on the other side of the map. Kills him with a flag. Enosh realizes that he's going to have to try and do something. There is that barrier from earlier that's going to keep Smash alive alongside the heal from Korea as well. And yeah, Dplus, there was a bit of a blip there in the bottom lane, but they are back in business once again. First turret going down and close to a 5,000 gold lead now.
Well, ShowMaker is also looking to push this lead into the top lane now as well. DuDu flashes.
Yeah, that is Siwoo not quite finding the angle there as the needlework comes in. Slowed down with the Q, but just going to take some poison and make a run with it. Still has to use the flash.
And they still get Dragon on the bottom side. Lucid wasn't even in that top side play, as he was helping them get the kills there. He has 3 himself. And Shirelia's done for career. This is just the same build we saw from him yesterday, the standard Lux build. Supportive, but also does a lot of damage when you have that early Oblivion Orb on top of everything else in your inventory. And poor Enosh, man, he tried so hard to turn this lane around, but his turret disappeared, and then he disappeared. And
And now, where does he exist? Well, he's in the bottom lane. He is underneath his inner turret, but now Siwoo has showed up. And he doesn't have a lot of armor or anything like that, but he's 3 levels ahead. So it's not going to be a fun time for the Lucian. He is now going to move towards the top side by the looks of things. So we do have Clozer going for a bit of a reset.
Look at his role quest.
Upgraded shoes.
Doesn't have it.
Oh,
he's
God.
like, oh no. This
so gold lead is so massive. Also, the cull just cashed in. 2.5k is a big advantage. If the case.
It just gets bigger when the enemy AD carry doesn't have his role quest completed because he's not getting all that extra passive income. So
should be out.
Eventually we'll get it. Like it does take over with time. And DDoiV.
Oh. Well,
the rookies, man, don't do it to him.
That's the Cataclysm going down. Flash out. That's Lucid picking up the solo as Clozer comes over, but a little late. Oh, no.
These players...
Not the thumbs up from Lucid as well.
These players are the same generation of challengers,
right?
You know? Like, it's not like DDoiV is like this young guy who's never played in LCK before, but it's just this game state, I don't know. All right, we're going to see a TP flank. This game is very quickly off the rails.
Oh, God, yeah. DuDu now going to try and turn this one around. We've got teleports coming in from everywhere. Is ShowMaker going to come on down? No miasma for DuDu. And Siwoo is likely to help out grabbing this kill. There it is, going over to ShowMaker as now Clozer realizes the teleport is not exactly what he wants. Lucid finds the flash with the flag and drag as the Arcane Storm comes down. Flash Q to come through from Siwoo, but DDoiV is going to be there to knock him up, and it looks like Clozer will be ushered away from the battle. DDoiV wanting to go in once again and walks off the miasma. Now Lucid, oh no, he just turns it and takes down the greedy Viktor, thinking that they could go for some kills here. Flag and drag comes on down. Knockup going to connect there as DDoiV able to get himself out, but Life, can he be the difference maker? Enosh, can he be the difference maker as these low health bars from DK look juicy, but it looks like they're not going to commit.
That's too late. If Life is able to get a flash fire kick, the rest of the team can't follow up. This is when, you know, we were talking about the veteran status here, but it's obviously LCK veteran for Lucid. He's played way more games. He's been to internationals, whereas the same is not true of DDoiV, but it's not about experience in this moment. It's about a 2-level lead and a massive gold lead. And he can just go wherever he wants, do whatever he wants. This TP from Clozer, to call it ambitious, I think doesn't really do it justice, as Lucid also shows up. Now he's down flash, because he also committed the flash. TP, and he doesn't make it out. Spoilers.
Yeah, it was such a disappointing flash angle there from Clozer as well. Lucid picking exactly the angle.
Well, he does actually survive here. I misremembered. I thought he did die.
Yeah, there he goes.
He went back in, Atlus!
Which was a little silly. DDoiV is also gone back into the death chamber one more time, as that is the second solo bolo here for Lucid. Oh dear, it's just bullying at this point. This is not what I wanted on my Wednesday.
No, well, you said it best earlier when you said it doesn't look like it's going to be a 6-gamer.
Well, with T1 winning 2-0, I have a feeling that ship may have sailed.
Well, when you said it, I don't know, I just looked at the nameplates on the second series and I was like, I don't know if it's going to happen. And that's, by the way, before the roster was shown to me. Like, I didn't know about that. And it's not working out so far here in the first game.
Hey, look, game ones, sometimes they're just a throwaway, right?
Yeah.
We're just figuring it out. We're understanding the space, you know?
They should be twice as good.
Is somewhere that DDoiV has never been, right? Yeah. Because it got renamed this year.
It could be twice as good for them in game 2. They're like synergy on stage. Like, after game 2, it will be twice as good, right? It's... He's got him. Yeah, I don't...
He also said, wow.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, what we really showcased with the first person there, it feels like a punishment. Maybe, like, we wanted to show it from Lucid's perspective and show, like, less of the map where everything else is on fire.
Yeah, I feel like they thought that maybe a first-person view was going to look less bad than just showing the replay. And you know what? Jury's still out. As it's a 7,000 gold lead, sub 20 minutes.
Stop doing it to him, man! DDoiV is such a cool kid. I like DDoiV. He's a good kid, man.
He's a good kid.
There's no reason to do this.
Life is a good kid too. Does find a really nice fire kick, but then just finds a Sion, so he's really dead. Crushed by the Lumberjack's axe, and she was able to walk his way out. Lucid is going to get avoided there. Good reflexes by Enosh, but yeah, Life just no real options.
Okay, they are going to lose this mid turret as a result of this. Clozer doesn't have TP, but he can maybe get a bounty if he's given enough time here. We'll get the crystalline overgrowth, but there's an answered TP for Siwoo. And it looks like we're going to see another charge into this mid turret.
Oh dear. We also might see some more kills, but looks like Enosh and DuDu are able to sidestep the skill shots. They'll be able to keep themselves alive as DuDu trying to keep ShowMaker at bay, and ShowMaker doesn't seem too worried about it, as he's really added some extra gluten to those Greaves as well. Being a mid laner, very, very cool. It's the first time I've seen that upgrade. The upgrade is kind of nutty, I'm pretty sure, on these shoes, but I don't quite remember the stats off the top of my head. Yeah,
they end up being pretty insane when they're tier 3. It's a pretty huge
Just
number.
So much gluten.
Yes. I don't actually have the exact number, but the lifesteal's pretty unreal. As yeah, that final spark hits really hard. Career is massively ahead, but when you're this far behind as well, you're just so squishy. He is about even in experience actually with the Lux at this moment in time, but she's got a Fiendish Codex in her inventory.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Smash has his IE done. He's got another casual crit cloak there as well. So getting closer and closer to 3 items on this Caitlyn.
You know, sometimes in the cartoons where, like, when it gets like this on the TV, it just goes to, like, the lines on the screen and makes the beeping sound, and we're like, we'll return to the programming later.
Yeah.
It might be appropriate to do that for the rest of this game.
Yeah.
I mean, Enosh has found some angles in. Like, he's trying to play, you know, 50 CS down here, almost 3,000 gold down. He's trying to find some moments. You can see his mechanics are there for sure. But some of the timings of when he went in the lane are part of why he's in this position in the first place. And I just don't think that even, given 10 minutes, this Viktor's going to be relevant, as here comes...
Yeah, there's the Cataclysm, dash on cooldown, and oh my goodness, Siwoo just flashes on top of him, and down goes the Lucian. Clozer trying to run away, but the Noxious Blast is going to connect, and a couple of Twin Fangs will do it. Down will go the Viktor, a solo for ShowMaker in the top lane, as there's the ace in the hole, and Milio goes down. Life not exactly having the most fun here on the Rift today, as my gosh, make it stop.
Yeah, even the Dplus fans were kind of like, well, I mean,
yeah, no, the cheers are feeling a little half-hearted.
Like, I might get canceled if I celebrate this.
Oh, no. Well, the Baron's going to get cancelled. That one is no longer for this world, as we're going to have a look at the 1v1 instead.
Yeah.
The interruption of the teleport.
He's not allowed to go.
No.
Except he does eventually get there.
Yeah, well, I mean, teleports back to the Death Chamber.
Yes. This is just a double collapse here. Siwoo's coming over. Look at this. The flash, point blank range, Sion ultimate in your face.
Look at the damage from Smash. It's 2 autos and Life is basically dead.
Yeah, and then 1 R button and he actually is.
Yes, indeed. Golly. Well, it's 10,000 gold. It's 21.5 minutes into the game. Dplus, I mean, it's hairbet time, I guess. You know, maybe we can spin it that way. At least it's not a perfect game, haha, or something like that. Like,
I don't know
what do we do?
I don't know what to do. This team is 1-11 right now, and this is their like new idea. And this is against our like 5th place team.
Maybe we need to keep the options open for a comeback. And the angles are Dplus all walk into the fountain. Or
I think Smash is 2 ahead. I think he just gets a penta.
Just wanders into the fountain and kills everyone.
He like, accidentally clicks on the Nexus and it explodes before he dies to the fountain laser.
Oh, DDoiV might have a bit of an angle here as he throws in the Crescent Guard. But Lucid just decides he's going to put Enosh into the Cataclysm. He survives, gets a big old shield. Final Spark just barely doesn't connect. And some needlework comes out from DuDu. In the meantime, split pushing Sion, trying to get some work done in the top lane. As Dplus weren't able to kill anyone. I'd say big positive for the DN Soopers.
So far, the turrets, though, a little bit less lucky as she was chopping redwoods up in the top lane, and
Yeah.
Starting to stack up a bit large set of minions as we're going to see a TP flank from the Gwen. Last chance. Hail Mary. Let's see what happens.
ShowMaker, he could just be dead here. Throws down the Miasma. There's the Arcane Storm as DuDu running with scissors is very dangerous, but not for the Gwen, as it turns out. The base, ignore it. Ignore it, everyone. That's not what we're focused on here. Just don't worry about it. It's totally fine. These things can be rebuilt. You can see the Nexus turret ones, they all come back again. Surely the inhibitor turret ones are also just going to be able to be rebuilt.
The inhibitor will. Yeah, it comes back for real.
Hey, I mean, the inhibitor itself, absolutely. As DuDu is not going to chase them any further. But still, they stop the push.
Are they going to do the thing when he finishes this item where they show the item for the 80 carry and the other 80 carry? They're going to do the thing. I think they're going to do it, Atlus.
They should not.
They're going to put that graph up. They're going to put the numbers on the item icons. This was a nice pick.
Good flank.
They only had to commit the TP, and look, they can barely get out of their base, so how useful is TP otherwise? Really? Oh, they didn't do it. They just did this, which
all right,
isn't better news, but it's better news for Enosh, okay?
I want to hear from chat. Winnable or no for the DN Soopers? Give me some percentages. I want to see your percentages.
I know what they're going to say, Atlus, and we're not going to like it.
Oh, no, we're not going to like it.
They're not going to. I think they might reference when they had this lead against the Bros last year.
Well, I mean, that's high. That could be an option. But let us know. Put it in the chat. As okay, we've got Soul on the table here for Dplus. Smash taking a lot of damage from the culling as Lucid doesn't find the knock-up with the flag and drag. ShowMaker might be turned on again, but finds the two-man and gets the dash cannon to get to safety as well as he's running so quickly. Finally, they are going to dive on top of him here as the gravity well is going to hold him in place. And Dplus, can they get the cleanup? That's the question. Crescent Guard getting a lot of work done here as Korea gets flashed on by DDoiV. And now the autos from Smash start coming in. Final spark to help out as life is almost two-shot. One more time from Smash. It's a triple in the end as they're now teleporting to the base. And maybe that percentage is about 0. I think I respect the 6.7. The point was really a nice touch. As all right, Dplus, they are going to be able to get through this bottom inhibitor. You knew it was going to happen. It's exactly what we were talking about. But at least that's the more realistic version of the numbers. As all right, DuDu, can you defend? The answer is no. The Nexus turrets are going to go down, and Dplus taking their momentum from their win yesterday against who was arguably the best team in the LCK coming into that moment until now with some really solid performances. As career is very, very low. So is the next
respawn.
They will Lucid. Okay, Lucid, just get the job done. There it is. The most important 50 gold goes over to the jungler, and Dplus. I don't think we're going to have a stern talking to from Max this time.
Yeah, I do think there's a chance he's going to have like a few words for ShowMaker side laning. He's